All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of In the Pocket presented by CrossBonesMMA.com. My name is Eddie Law. I'm your host. My boy, Nick Pilecki out in Texas. Joining me as always. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Just started school back up again, and it's crazy.
Yeah, I bet, man. And, of course, and I'm sure everyone that's tuned into any kind of media today has heard of the events that went down earlier this morning in Virginia. If you haven't heard, I hate to be the one to tell you, but, there's times where shit, crazy stuff happens in the world that has nothing to do with MMA, has nothing to do with sports, nothing like that. That just will hit you no matter what the event really is, and this is one of them. Like I said, if you haven't heard, earlier this morning, a station, two journalists, a news reporter and a cameraman, were murdered on live air. If anyone was watching that show, that morning news show, they saw that shit go down. They were murdered in cold blood. They figured, found out who it was. The cameraman's last shot was basically a picture, an image of the guy that killed him. The person being interviewed that actually got shot, but she actually made it to the hospital. She's alive, in serious condition, but she's alive. Unfortunately, I think it was Allison Parker and Adam Ward lost their lives. The guy that did it, the murderer, that coward, took his own life later on when the cops were coming after him. But it's these days when you see something so cold happen, man, that you need something good to happen, right? Some kind of distraction sometimes. But I don't know, like literally I saw the news report this morning of it and my mind just went blank. I was kind of like, because I was a journalist. I was professional for a while. It's you feel a little bit, you feel like someone personally hit you with it, right? And it really, I don't know, I just hate, like, this is the kind of shit that happens that makes me think, like, I don't want to have kids in this world, But I don't know, what'd you think when you hear about that?
It's crazy, man, because like the cameraman, he apparently, I'm not 100% sure on this, but he was an intern from Virginia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's crazy too, because he was just doing it because he loved to do that kind of stuff. And I saw your Facebook post and I looked it up right away just to see what was about it, and it does hit home. It does. It really does, because it shows you how crazy the world really is. So it is a sad day for all journalism and all news media out there. But the one thing that I do like, which is very rare for news stations to do, is they're not showing that video. They're not giving the shooter the credit that he wanted. He wanted to be known. He wanted that to be plastered all over the place. And yes, the internet's a thing, but usually news would show his face and show the video, and they're not doing that, which is great. So I got to give the news finally props for not doing that. So
yeah, and again, it's a sad day for journalists. It's a sad day for all media out there, anyone that's involved in media. But it's a really sad day for humanity, man. It's just, like I said, shit like this, man, it really makes you, it really kills your belief in humanity, But then you get the good things. You get people coming together. You get the support. The outpour of support for the two victims, the two people that died, Allison and Adam, they get their families getting so much support right now. So something good always comes out of something negative, or at least that's the hope. But again, it just sucks to have to go through shit like this, and how many more people got to die before we start realizing that we need to fucking start treating each other nicely, or at least decently,
Yeah.
But for whatever reasons, that the guy did it, fuck him. I don't give a shit where he ends up, or if there's an afterlife where he ended up. Fuck him twice, right in the face. All right, moving on here to pick everyone's spirits up here. Let's talk about some MMA here. This last weekend, UFC Saskatoon, and I wish I could say that with some kind of Canadian accent, but I got none for you. Sorry, people. Went down this last weekend. Main event that ended pretty in a weird way. It wasn't controversial. It was just really weird. And if you watched Keyboard Warriors last night, you heard a few viewpoints on this, including one which was kind of what I leaned towards after hearing today about Charles Oliveira. But let's talk about the main event real quick before we head out and touch a couple of the other fights. Max Holloway, came at him, took him down, and as soon as Oliveira hit the cage, started holding his shoulder area, and then the fight just kind of crumpled, right? He just kind of fell into the ground.
Yeah.
So,
and I don't know, man. It was weird. I watched Keyboard Warriors before we were doing the show, actually between classes, and I saw the viewpoints that everyone was saying and everything like that, which is cool. But it was really weird. Like you and me were talking about it. You thought he was having a heart attack.
Yep.
And when I first saw it too, I was like, "Oh, what's going on?" I watched it late. I watched it today. I knew what happened. I knew the injury that it was, but I didn't get to see it live. And actually watching the replay, it does look like he was having a heart attack. He didn't make any pain notions, nothing. He just fell and curled up into a ball and fell on the ground. And a lot of people are judging like, okay, he tore his esophagus. Now people are saying what I read on Twitter. Oh, is it true because he's not holding his neck? Well, when you can't breathe, what do? You hold your chest. And it's kind of what he's doing. He's holding his chest, his shoulder area. It looks like he couldn't breathe. So it sucks for Charles Oliveira. Apparently it was a lingering injury. It wasn't the only, it happened before. And he thought it healed, and it didn't. It's a weird injury. I've never seen that happen before. But what were your complete thoughts on it, too?
Here's the thing: when I saw it, though, it was just like I was telling you. I thought it was a heart attack. I thought the motherfucker was choking right in front of us. I was losing my shit. I was like, God damn it! Fine, it's the first guy that's gonna croak in the goddamn cage. Everyone's gonna start freaking out. MMA kills people and shit. And then when they said he was moving around, he's moving his extremities. He wasn't, he was numb, but he wasn't, paralyzed. That was a relief. You don't want to see anybody, lose anything really, in a sporting event, right? So, but, today, the news came out that he avoided all major injury. Like there was no real major injury. And it makes me think that maybe he just quit during the fight. And that's actually, if you watch Keyboard Warriors last night, Aaron actually is the one that brought that up. That maybe Charles Oliveira quit in the fight because we've seen him quit before, right? Like I think it was against Donald Cerrone. So that's just what I thought. I thought, at first I thought, damn, he's fucked up, he's hurt. And maybe he was hurt. We don't know for sure. But yeah, torn esophagus, I think he'd be a lot more pain than he looked like he was. I think. I don't know anything about torn esophagus anyway. Yeah.
I don't know. It's not the first time he quit in a fight, but I don't know. It is weird, but hey, if he couldn't breathe, if he was hurt, can't knock on the guy for giving up in a fight that maybe he was hurt, maybe he wasn't, but he wasn't ready. He wasn't prepared for it.
Yeah, definitely. And just like you said, it was one of those things where he was injured during training, he rehabbed it. Turns out it wasn't completely healed. So
yeah, and people are saying like, oh, he could have pushed through it. It's a fight. You need to get in there and fight. Well, you get in there and do it and see if something hurts on you. See that? Yeah, we have those warriors that do it, like Robbie Lawler, like Rory McDonald during that fight. Yeah, they were warriors. They were getting their asses beat, but they didn't feel that pain because of all the adrenaline. You had to think about that. It was the beginning of the fight. He felt probably crazy pain and didn't wince, and it was like, no, there's something going on. I'm done. I need to step away and figure out what's going on. He worried about his own health.
Yeah, and Andrew retweeting over, he looked like he had been shot in the throat with a crossbow by a dentist. That's pretty damn surgical for a fucking dentist right there. But yeah, he's right. You look at the sniper shot. So anyway, let's move on to the co-main event, which is interesting in itself because a lot of people were counting out Neil Magny. Neil Magny coming into short notice for the injured Rick Story. Here, you tell me what you think in a second, but Eric Silva physically clearly did not look like he normally does. It looked like maybe he was on some juice before and he had to lay off the juice because of the more stringent, drug testing. And now he looked flabby. He looked tired. He still had no cardio anyway, but this has been his thing forever. But he was ineffective. He even after the fight, he said he was embarrassed. Maybe I think he called it his worst fight. I'm not sure. But on the other hand, Neil Magny coming off, a short notice fight, taking this against Eric Silva, being counted out by everybody and winning the fight. What'd you think of the fight?
Very upset. I was very disappointed. Oh god damn! I was watching the whole fight, and you see Eric Silva just throwing wild punches, just going for that one punch knockout or that one kick or whatever. And okay, you can say maybe he was taking steroids because he looked flabby or whatever. But what I think it was Brian Stan was saying that his coaches have been saying you need to get combos together. You need to not gas yourself out, set up the punches and everything like that. He still didn't set up fucking combos. He didn't set up anything. He was just throwing wildly. And okay, cool. It was a late replacement, but he could be one of the best fighters in that division if he learns how to throw combos, if he knows how to put shit together, not just go out there and I'm strong, I know I can knock you out. Yeah, he's young, but like I have power, I'm just going to go out, swing, and hopefully I catch you. Or I'm going to rush you, overwhelm you, and knock you out. He needs to come up with those plans. Like, hey, when I competed in kickboxing, I was the same way. I was like, hey, look, I have power in my legs. I'm going to go for it. Fuck it. And I got knocked out. That shit happens. Maybe he needs to go back to the gym, learn how to throw some combos, and his coaches need to stop saying, hey, don't rush him. Just take your time and land that one punch. Throw those combos. It just made me mad. But good job, Neil Magny, using his range, using his reach to pick him apart the whole fight. And I was very impressed with it.
Oh, shit. We just got called out by Andrew Reid. Did you read that?
No, not yet. Hold on. What did it say?
It says, hold on, let me pull it up on my phone so I make sure. Okay. It says, Jesus, it was a reference to Cecil the Lion, for fuck's sake. Keep up. I just got off of work, man. I'm exhausted.
I just got out of school, so you need to calm down. But it's
all good.
Eric, he could be that guy. He could be that crazy contender. And it's just he needs to grow up. He's like a Uriah Hall. He needs to just grow up and figure that stuff out.
Yeah, no, and I'm with you on that. I don't know, but I agree. I agree with a lot of people. The roids thing. I think he was on PEDs. Who knows?
Yeah, you never know. You never know. Anderson Silva was caught. You never know. But
Ty dick pills, bro. Get that shit.
He still has that crazy power, though. You saw it in the fight when he caught Neil. Neil backed up. When he started throwing those leg kicks, Neil was like, "Nah, I'm not having this. I know you have power. So, come on, just." Yeah. Okay, you can judge me. Oh, who are you? You're just a guy talking to a mic and saying, "Oh, he should do this." Well, I've been there. I've done it, and it just put those combos together. I don't want to do pro, but put combos together, and he can be fine.
Yep, it's a science. It's not just throwing and see what lands. It's combos. You got to put it's almost like math sometimes. Anyway, moving on here to the fight of the night: Patrick Cote against Josh Berkman. Cote finishes Berkman in the third round via TKO. A lot more competitive fight from Berkman than I expected. Even though Cote hasn't been the greatest in the last few fights, he still expected Berkman to be destroyed. Held his own, man. It was actually a pretty good fight. Now a lot of people thinking, of course, that he will be cut, and then maybe he will, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he will coming off a fight of the night, man. But getting a bonus for getting for hanging in there and then losing in the third, it's not that bad. But he had been saying that he's really tired of losing. But what do you think of the fight?
I was very impressed. I was very shocked. I didn't think this fight would be that entertaining, but it got fight of the night, and I was excited for it. It was a good fight. They both looked good, but just Patrick Cote looked a little bit better and ended up getting the TKO, which was good on his part. I enjoyed the fight. It was a fight that I was actually just like on my phone, not paying attention to until I saw a lot of the striking and a lot of the groundwork that was going on. So I enjoyed it. It definitely deserved fight of the night.
I agree. It was fight of the night. You know what fight wasn't fight of the night? Olivier Aubin-Mercier against Tony Sims. That shit was boring. How many back takes do you need to get before you actually try to do some shit? I mean, what the fuck, right?
He had his back at least 3 to 4 times trying to go for that rear naked choke and just gave up half the time. He was just like, I'm just going to hold him here. It's whatever. I'm getting dominant position. It was very, very boring. Hey, what can I say? It's just goddamn.
Yeah. All right.
Seriously.
It's hard to talk about because the fight sucked that badly. So it's just, whatever. And then the fight, yeah, what, the Moroz-Letourneau fight?
Yeah.
Marina Moroz against Bailey Letourneau. Letourneau surprised the fuck out of me. I thought Morose was gonna finish her, man.
Same. I thought Morose was a better striker from the beginning, but once she got caught, it was like that TJ Dillashaw Head and Barrow effect. Like once she got caught, it was over. She was knocked off her game, and I was very surprised. Valerie was a huge underdog, and she ended up getting a decision win, and I was very impressed with it.
All right, and as far as the rest of the card goes, excuse me. Actually, no, I was talking about one more fight. The rest of them were kind of like, they're all right, cool. The very first fight of the night was actually kind of crazy. Misha Cirkunov TKO's Daniel Jolly for having a horrible fucking nickname. But the one fight I do want to talk about, Frankie Perez knocking out Sam Stout. And I don't want to talk about it because of the fight itself. I want to talk about after the fight, where Frankie Perez gets his first win in the UFC and then retires at 26 years old, citing the fact that he had accomplished his dream, which is win a fight in the UFC. And my point of view, I got respect for the guy. He walked away on his own terms. I mean, he could have stayed and did whatever, maybe got on a losing streak, maybe got on a winning streak and become a champion. But he did what he wanted to do. You know what I mean? He went out on his own terms, did it his way. I think, hey, more power to him. What do you think of that whole thing?
I'm in the same boat as you, but it's just this fight was that young guy fighting the vet, and it was that vet who's been in the fight for, in my opinion, a little bit too long that should step away, but that young guy stepped away, and it completely blew my mind. I did not see that coming. No one saw that coming. My hat's off to him, man. He achieved his goal. He's done. He doesn't want to do it anymore. I have a question. Do you think he'll be back? Do you think he'll come back?
You know what?
Honest.
I think he'll get that itch, man. I think he'll get that itch to come back. I think he'll come back maybe like a year or two, but I think he'll come back. I just think, he's been, like he said, he's been fighting and training and competing for over 10 years. And he didn't want to put his body and his family through that stuff again. So look, if he doesn't come back, hey, again, he did it his way. But if he comes back, it'll be interesting to see what he's got left.
Yeah, exactly. I liked it. I really do like that he did it. But like I said, Sam Stout should have been that guy walking away, not him.
And you know what? I bet a lot of people thought it was going to be Sam Stout walking, Sam Stout grabbing the microphone and saying, "I'm retiring. I'm done. We're good." But no, it wasn't. Let's talk about a couple more things here. Anthony Rumble Johnson agrees to make a donation to a charity and attend counseling after his rant that he posted on Facebook, talking about some chick that was stretching on a yoga mat, where the weights are. Apparently, he was lifting. She complained about it. He got in her face, grabbed a yoga mat from under her and threw it, across the gym. And, she freaked out, ran away, whatever the fuck. But with the history that he has, right? And we'll talk a little bit maybe about something here in a second. But that's the reason you're laughing. With the history that he has, man, if you're Anthony Johnson, shouldn't you just shut the fuck up?
Exactly. That's what he exactly needs to do. He needs to shut up, just fight, and leave it at that. Just don't do anything stupid because your past might come back and haunt you. And you're that well-known fighter that anything you do will get plastered all over social media, all over the internet, everywhere. So that little altercation at the gym, they came back and bit you in the ass. And now you're paying for it.
Yeah, and at least he's not suspended. But this isn't the first time he's investigated. The UFC actually went out of the way, hired a third party to investigate this whole thing, and they were like, okay, whatever. He didn't really do anything too crazy. Just do counseling, so it's safe face in front of the media and everybody else, and make a donation to some charity. The reason why he has that history is that he's been investigated for this before, right? It was a previous girlfriend accused him of basically beating the crap out of her multiple times, right? Yeah. And right when this Facebook rant came out, literally the night of, this chick went off on Twitter and started firing these tweets off again with pictures of alleged text messages and stuff like that. You and I both saw it. I got my thoughts on it. What did you think?
It's complicated. So I'll bring it up. Whatever. So that person followed me on Twitter. Apparently his alleged ex-girlfriend followed me on Twitter out of nowhere. I decided to direct message her, see what's going on. And the first question I asked her is the Johnson thing real? And the first answer she gave me was, what Johnson thing? So that kind of already threw off red flags automatically. And then I was like, the Anthony Rumble Johnson thing that apparently he beats women. And she's like, oh, yeah, I dated him for 3.5 years. He beats women. It's all true. Yeah, whatever. So I went on this whole, like, let's ask her a bunch of questions shit. It sounds like bullshit. Honestly, it really does. She said that Dana White and them are trying to throw it under the rug so he can get paid. I had to move out of the country to Australia to get away from it and blah, blah, whatever. I think it's a little bullshit, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, and here's the thing, because you showed me, you screen capped the conversation and stuff, and I got to read a lot of it. Yeah, I think I told you too. I was like, this is starting to sound like horse shit a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong. If she really was a victim of it, I'm not victim shaming her at all. I don't know. We don't know if what she's saying is true. Is basically what we're saying, right?
Exactly.
We don't know with 100% certainty if she's saying was true, and so, but just the fact that that's out there, man, should be enough of a reason for Rumble Johnson to be like, altercation with the female, probably shouldn't post this on Facebook.
Yeah, and like you said, like I'm not saying I don't know the facts. I don't condone anything like that. But if it is true, and it could possibly be true, he should not be doing that at all. Anything to do with women, do not do at all.
Yeah, never put your hands on a woman unless she's about to kill you or something. I don't know.
Still, don't do it.
Oh, fuck that. She's going to kill me. No, son. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. It's weird. Everyone says don't put you should never lay your hands on a woman.
Ever.
Especially, ever, really. So, anyway, although in the eyes of the law, if it's self-defense, you could probably get away with it. Anyway, I'm kidding. Don't fucking write this shit down. In certain situations, if it's self-defense, I'm going to get a bunch of feminist, I'm going to get a bunch of feminist tweets in a little bit. You fucking asshole, you're victim shaming. Anyway. Man, today's such a weird day, man. All right. Moving on here. Let's talk about some fights that got made. First one we're going to talk about, JDS against Alistair Overeem. Junior Dos Santos finally is signed the contract. They will be fighting at UFC on Fox 17 in Orlando, Florida. First of all, this fight should have been made years ago. You're kind of getting two guys that are a little older that have both lost fights, and one of them made it a habit of getting knocked out for a little bit. So what do you think of the fight, and who do you think takes it?
I'm excited for it. It's not super excited for it, but I'm ready to watch it. I'm ready to see two heavyweights try to knock each other out. And I think JDS is going to take it because that questionable chin of Overeem. Unless Overeem can push it against the cage and hold him down in the clinch, that's the only way he'll win. So I see JDS either dropping Overeem and getting the win, or Overeem just playing it safe.
Yeah, and you know what? I think Overeem's going to go in with those leg kicks, man. I think it's his only chance. It's to leg kick the shit out of JDS and deny the boxing, right? Negate the boxing. But what I think is going to happen, I think JDS is going to Cecil the Lion the shit out of fucking Alistair Overeem and just sniper shot him right in the fucking dome. So it'll be it'll be that kind of fight. I think it will be anyway. The other fight I want to talk about on the same card, actually, Nate Diaz against Michael Johnson, same UFC on Fox 17 card in Orlando, Florida. I'm just a Diaz fan. I just want to see that fight. But against Michael Johnson, who stays busy and brings the fight and brings the pressure, I think it's going to be a freaking excellent fight. What do you think of it?
I just heard about this fight when you said it before the show. I've been too busy with school. I'm so excited for that fight. I haven't seen. I can say I'm a Diaz fan. I don't necessarily like them all the time, Nick Diaz, but because he didn't win that fight against Anderson Silva. And then I like Nate Diaz though. I like their training, and I like Johnson too. So it's gonna be a good fight, and I think Johnson might take it just because he's more active, but then again, you never know with the Diaz brothers, man. They always come up to fight, and they show up to win. So,
all right, the other one of the last two we're going to talk about, Ronda Rousey is Holly Holm. Ronda Rousey actually went on Good Morning America and announced that Holly Holm's going to be her next opponent, to the surprise of everybody. In fact, immediately bloggers and people over at certain websites that want to call themselves credible were like, "Oh my God!" Blah, blah, blah. It's like they do when they watch the Joe Rogan Experience. When they watch the fight companions with Rogan and Brandon Schaub and all them, they write fucking articles from what they say. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I do understand writing an article about Ronda Rousey saying that she's going to fight Holly Holm, though. I kind of get that. So, But anyway, bigger point. Miesha Tate gets skipped over. People screaming, not fair. Other people screaming, I don't want to see the trilogy anyway, whatever. In my opinion, Holly Holm's not ready. She's going to get massacred. and they're about to destroy a potential star for once Ronda Rousey leaves, because she will leave, and she will leave soon. So they should be trying to build up more stars and load up on 135ers, but they're about to destroy another girl that could have been a great star in the UFC. What do you think of the fight, and what do you think of Miesha Tate getting skipped over?
Don't care. Tired of it. Everyone's gonna lose to Ronda Rousey. Everybody's losing. I don't like that they're killing a possible contender. I did like the Miesha Tate fight just to give, honestly, the division a chance to grow and give the division a chance to make contenders and have like maybe 2 more contenders, 3 more contenders. But of course, no, they're gonna be like, hey, you already lost her twice. Here's Holly Holm. Here's the growing star. But I have friends out saying, who the hell is Holly Holm? Who's this nobody that they're feeding Ronda Rousey? Why are they feeding her nobodies? They should have gave her Miesha Tate. Like, even though Miesha Tate got beat twice, she earned it, and she's the next contender. But I don't care. Miesha Tate was going to get probably knocked out in 14 seconds, and then Holly Holm's probably going to get beat in another 37 seconds. So,
all right, write that down. He said 37 seconds. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Pilecki is the Nostradamus of our era.
Anyway. No, I'm not. I said Ronda Rousey was going to lose to Bethe Correia, and look what the fuck happened.
Yeah, so, I got a feeling. Apparently, it didn't work out. Anyway.
And then I swear to God, if Holly Holm beats Ronda Rousey, I'm done with that women's division. I'm just done.
Anyway, and the other thing too, Miesha Tate tweeting out, or not tweeting out, I think she gave an interview and said that her and Cyborg are upset because they both got screwed over to fight Ronda Rousey. I mean, really? I mean, come on now.
They should just both fight each other and just say, shut the hell up.
At this point, they might as well just fight each other. Shut the fuck up. All right.
Who does Miesha Tate fight next? Nobody.
Amanda Nunes, if she wants to.
That's it. But I think she should fight Cyborg just so we can see that.
Although I'm looking at a picture of Miesha Tate that's on Twitter here, and yep, she's perfect for anyway. Yeah. All right, let's talk about the last fight that was made here. It actually broke yesterday. Chad Mendes against Frankie Edgar at the Tough 22 finale. It was a weird fight at first, but now I'm a little more excited about it. I think it's going to be a good fight. What do you think?
I think it should have been Edgar Holloway, honestly, because I think that's a better fight in a way. Mendes just came off a loss for the interim title shot. Whatever, he already fought Aldo twice. Okay, cool. Either you put Edgar Holloway and give Mendes just someone random, or you just wait for Frankie Edgar to either get a title shot or something, and see if Aldo pulls out and put Frankie in against Conor. It's weird. I'm gonna enjoy the fight, but it's what if Mendes wins? Is he gonna get a title shot against Aldo if Aldo wins for a third time? No. Maybe if Conor wins, maybe he'll get another title shot against Conor with a full fight camp. Okay, cool. But where does that leave Edgar if Mendes wins? But then if Edgar wins, is he going to get a rematch against Aldo? Or is he going to fight Conor and probably beat Conor? Because I think that's one of the rare people that will beat Conor. Because Frankie's smart.
Yeah.
Frankie beats Conor 95% of the time. I think his wrestling and his what's the word I'm looking for? He's a vet. His experience will beat Conor McGregor.
All right, cool. Well, let's get into the last thing we're going to talk about here. Is there's no MMA this weekend. Well, yes, there is. There's no UFC this weekend. UFC 191 is next weekend, which means I can catch up on sleep, which you can clearly see I have none. I've had none.
I didn't freeze. I think Eddie froze. So Eddie needs some more sleep. So do I, because I started college again. But I don't know what's going on. Honestly, I forgot what the last topic was. So don't get mad at me. Let me shoot Eddie a message and see what's going on over here. Google Hangouts been messing up all day today. If you haven't noticed, our titles are gone. Everything's gone. Breaking the fourth wall, but whatever. So that I want to actually touch on that Mendes Frankie Edgar fight again. It's going to be an entertaining fight in my opinion, but like I said, it's a weird placement for the division because you put both fighters in an awkward position. With Mendes and with Edgar, like, do you give him another title shot if Aldo wins? You're knocking out possible contenders. Like if Frankie loses, I think it's done for him. If he loses to Chad Mendes, I think that career's done. But then again, if Mendes win or if Frankie wins, then you have that possible contender against Conor McGregor or against Aldo for a second time, which was a fantastic fight. That Frankie Edgar Jose Aldo fight, and the first one was an amazing fight. I really enjoyed that fight. So it's weird to see where you're going to put them, but it's honestly it's like the weirdest fight I can possibly put up match wise. But what was the next topic? I don't even think we had another topic. Actually, I think I do know what it was. The Travis Brown, Ronda Rousey little situation that Travis Brown apparently had altercations with his baby mama, his ex-wife or current wife. It's weird. And he's been sleeping around with Ronda Rousey, blah, 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 blah. They were caught at a restaurant. It looked like a restaurant. I want to say it was a restaurant by the picture. A cameraman took a picture of Travis Brown, his daughter, and then Travis Brown in the background looking all pissed off, and Ronda Rousey just staring at him. And a lot of people, oh, why are they out and about? Are they having relations? Whatever. Who cares? Who cares? They're human beings. Let him go out with another human being and have dinner. It's ridiculous. It's honestly, that shit kind of pisses me off with like paparazzis and that kind of thing. Like I said, like we said a couple weeks ago, Ronda Rousey was just an hour away from my house, and everyone lost their shit because, oh my God, she got her fishing license. Oh shit, who cares? She got her fishing license. Who cares? But Eddie's saying that he can't get back on to the show. But honestly, that's what it is, man. It's Ronda Rousey living her life. It's other fighters living their life. They need to drop that shit and just get the fuck over it because she can have a life if she wants to. She's not just that person. And Eddie Law's back, and I'm guessing he's on his brand new Galaxy Note 5.
Oh, yeah, you can go pick one up over at Corpus Christi Mall, whatever the fuck that is. All right, so the internet in my house just took a shit, and I'm about to figure out what the hell's going on. But looks like we're still live. What were you talking about?
I was talking about the Ronda Rousey, Travis Brown situation.
Oh, God. Look, man, Ronda Rousey is not – or even if she is, look, first of all, if Ronda Rousey is banging Travis Brown, good for that motherfucker because nobody else can get it except maybe Brandon Shaw. So, fuck, dude, who gives a shit, honestly? I mean, his ex-wife's gonna say a lot of dumb shit, isn't she?
Saying that like they're going, I think they're going through a divorce and everything. She's sleeping with her behind my back, but who cares? Who cares? They're humans. Let them live like humans. Stop plastering their lives all over the place.
Right. Mind you, the bigger issue here is that Travis Brown allegedly beat the shit out of her too.
Allegedly. Do you think he's going to beat the shit out of Ronda Rousey? No, I think Ronda Rousey breaks his arm.
I think Ronda Rousey she's going to armbar him just in case he thinks about doing something stupid. But anyway, and again, this little Note 5 here allows me to move around a little bit, so it works out. Anyway, so yeah, fucking, I don't think that Ronda Rousey's with Travis Brown at all.
Yeah.
If she is, great, good for him, whatever. But, just like you were saying, if they're going through a divorce right now, she's going to say whatever she's got to say in order to, get whatever she can get.
Yeah, get more custody, get more money, get more half of his shit. Like,
what she should do is make a fucking police report with all the shit that he allegedly did. She has pictures of her bruises and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I never understood why they just go out on social media. I think that's the wrong move. Go out to the media and try to put up saying, try to get the people on your side saying, fucking he beat the shit out of me. It's like, why don't you get a police report? Let the cops deal with it.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, what were we talking about before the internet took a shit?
I don't know. You said we're getting to our final topic, and I thought it was going to be that Travis Brown Ronda Rousey thing, but apparently it wasn't.
Oh no, Bellator 141 was this weekend. I forgot about the Rousey thing.
Oh, that's right.
Bellator 141 with Melvin Gillard. Are you gonna watch this Friday?
Yeah, because there's no MMA on this weekend, and I'm fiending for some MMA right now because I didn't get to watch the Holloway Oliveira fight live. So
I might take a break this weekend and just not watch anything. Stay away from TV. I did just get Madden 16, so I might spend some time with that. Which, by the way, don't waste your money. I'm stupid. I fucking waste my money on dumb shit like that all the time. But I'm sure it's the same.
I need some TV in my life. I've been just studying the past 3 days straight and worrying about school, so I need that getaway.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it for us then.